you non-believers? Welcome back to the Sky Syndrome podcast. I am your host, Ben Gilman. Hope you're well. I'm joined by the usual crowd. Helen Watkins is still here.
I am. Hello.
Hello. And the Globetrotter, Tara Chloe, is now this week in Singapore. She's not in Korea anymore. She's now talking to a five-star hotel. You lucky girl, you.
Hello.
How is everything?
Sad. You know what? I miss Korea and Japan so much. I miss Korea and Japan so much. Singapore cannot compare, like literally.
You've gone home.
Probably going home later, if you know what I mean.
But still, you got home safely, and that's the most important thing of all.
Oh, but you know what? My luggage actually broke in Akihabara, just one wheel, and whilst dragging it through the station to Ueno, and I'm not sure if that was a sign getting me to stay.
Yeah, it was. It was a sign from the gods.
Yeah, but I still managed to come back anyway. So tomorrow, yeah.
Well, congratulations. You're still recording with us, so well done on that. So,
thank you.
That's good. I've got a few movies to talk about this week. Mostly movies. I saved all my TV shows for last week. I do apologize. This is technically a TV/film podcast, so I don't care. So I'm just going to talk about. Why don't you go first? Because you weren't here last week. Why don't you go first?
Okay, right. Let me just think of a movie to talk about.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, give me. Who's that? Give me 1 minute. Someone's sure coming. Hold on.
She didn't come prepared.
It's the preparation that you love about this podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, we Google it live on air, man. This is the standard that we set for it, and we never jump. We always jump over that.
Okay. Okay, right. Yeah, sorry. Washing hands. Okay, yeah. So basically, let's talk about. Give me 1 minute.
Are you in a toilet?
I'm just washing hands. I am hiding here because there's an evil chicken outside.
You missed the chicken earlier on before.
Oh yeah.
I got a live stream of the evil chicken, and then a corgi.
Outside of the toilet.
The evil chicken of Singapore.
Yeah.
Tara's recording in a toilet.
In a toilet of a five-star hotel, which still isn't as fancy as the Japanese toilets that you're.
Are you telling me we might hear people drop trowel during this recording, and we just hear plop every 5 minutes?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to continue. Maybe I'll just continue talking about pick up an old show, Exo Kitty.
Okay. How's that going?
Yeah. Because this time I actually went to Seoul. And I'll just start, right? The whole series actually starts with fantasy of going to Seoul and all, and so basically this time I really went to Seoul, and I can say it was actually quite good because some things lived up to my expectations. So throughout the show, it's actually about a girl who actually goes to Seoul to enroll in a boarding school. But for me, I went to Seoul to work remotely and all.
Yeah.
And the show actually is a bit accurate because I like there was a school, there was people, and there were a lot of cute boys.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there are really a lot of cute boys in Korea, and there really was a lot of cute boys in Korea, like when you saw me doing the stream. So, I'm happy to say that I had the same experience, even though my time there was limited. I wish I can stay a bit longer next time I'm back. Yeah. So throughout the show, there is many kind of people that you will meet. And one of all is a dude who has a Korean face and a full-on London accent.
Oh,
the chicken is there. Look. See?
There's the chicken. There's the evil hell chicken. And he's fluffing it.
Yeah. It's walking to the road. It's going to get knocked down soon.
Well, then we'll get the answer to why the chicken crossed the road.
Because he needed the Satan exercise from his body by a car.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
By priest
car. Yeah, there is a Korean dude over there, and he has a full-on British accent, and let me tell you, it is actually extremely sexy, and did I actually mention that he bleached his nipples to pink?
I didn't know you could do that. Okay.
No, actually you can do that because I would say most Asian dudes don't have pink nipples, but they want to have pink nipples. So he bleaches nipples to pink. If you look at the promotion, the one scene where he takes off his shirt to show his big man titty, and you can see his bleached pinky nipples because 2 years ago on his Instagram, his nipples were brown. So now it is pink. It is so clear that he bleached it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is science.
Yes. Yes, his name in the show is Mino, but the actor's name is Lee Sang-hyun, and he's a Korean, but I think he grew up in British Hong Kong and the UK as well. Yeah, so that explains why he has a British accent. But yeah, it is sexy. And there's another guy called Dae. He's a bit more of a localized, domesticated Korean, not so international, but he's cute. But sorry, he's not very tall. Sorry, no offense. Yeah. And there are other characters as well. I mean, not just Koreans, like they have half Korean and other foreigners because it's an international school. So I would say I'm happy to have the same privilege of having traveled to Seoul and, going into that kind of international crowd at all the international meetups. And it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, every claim is validated. Like, what I love in the show is that they went to various places. Like they went hiking and everything up the mountain. Because in Seoul there are many things to do, like that as well. And should I say for the umpteenth time that there are many like cute boys?
You can say that. Go for it.
Yeah. The boys, BOIZ, boys in general.
Boys.
Yes.
Okay.
So overall, when I watched the show, I kind of binge watched it, and I just want to give a good rating to this show actually. So honestly, I can rate it 8 out of 10 because it validates the fantasy of going to live in South Korea.
Okay.
For me. Yeah, for me.
Five sweaty man titties out of 5.
Do we get to hear
five pink man titties out of 5.
Okay. So the plot is basically about this girl. She is half Korean. Yeah, she is half Korean and she's in LA. She's from LA. Her mom is Korean. Her dad is white. So her Korean mom has actually passed some years ago. So she actually wants to go to Korea to find out more about her mom's heritage. So she gets accepted and enrolled in an international school called, I can't remember the name of the school. Yeah, right. So she goes to the international school and she goes to South Korea to, So it's basically about a teenage life in school actually, at the international school in Seoul.
Okay.
Yeah. So along the way, of course, she meets friends, people. Her best friend is this gay guy called Hugh. He's a very nice guy. I like to have him as my friend as well. And there are 2 guys. The first is Dae, her long distance love interest, but there are some complications. And then there's Mino. He's the guy with pink nipples, and he's a jerk and asshole at first, but he slowly falls in love with the main character. Yeah, so the story actually ends when the main character, Kitty, gets expelled from the school and is on a plane back to LA. And Mino appears on the plane next to her because his mom is an actress and he goes to LA very often. And he just says to her, like, I figured you could use a friend. And then he actually confesses his love for her. Like, that's what Korean guys do. They're so straightforward with it. Yeah, so season 1 actually ends there. And I just got the news on Instagram, the update, that it's renewed for season 2. So most likely next year or the year after.
Okay, you excited for the next one?
Definitely excited. I want to hear more British see more Korean faces with British accents, and I want to see more pink nipples on men.
Doesn't sound like a massive bar. More of the same. You're happy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for season 2 actually.
Now with more pink.
Yeah,
pinky nipples.
Is definitely what we should call it.
Pinkier.
Right.
It sounds like every teenage girl's fantasy, right? Going off to some international school and finding a man that's in love with you.
Well, I'm not a teenage girl, but it's the same for me. I'm 31. Well, I'm stuck in a shithole. I have the same fantasy.
I don't think you ever get over that thing, to be honest. I think it's always there, no matter how old you are.
Yes,
Let's be honest, David Tennant does that to a lot of grown women that I know, like, woo! Like he's got it. So.
Oh, God, yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yep,
Don't ever be ashamed of that.
Yep.
Keep your childhood alive.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, Tara?
No, that's all for me actually. Yeah. So right now I'm in a Japanese rail cafe because I miss Japan. I was just there yesterday. Yeah. And it's awesome.
It's such a shame this is all audio visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, check this out. They have so many Japanese stuff over here.
Oh, that's cool.
How many podcasts can you say we have one of the hosts that goes roaming whenever they start recording a podcast? It's something we should put on the door of our podcast to sell it. One of ours is always around the world somewhere roaming.
Yeah. True.
Okay, well, I'm going to call Tom Cruise a cunt. So I've got a film I want to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not far off the money. Cocktail, watch that.
Okay. Wait, can I just say to the Church of Scientology that that's absolutely your opinion and not necessarily mine?
Oh, I hate Scientology.
That's okay. I think Tom Cruise is a bit of an egomaniac man. Very entertaining movie star. Bit of a cunt in real life. But basically, he's like the Cristiano Ronaldo of movies. I hate Cristiano Ronaldo, so if I could put him and Tom Cruise in a fire bin and set fire to it, I would. Anyway, him, James Corden, quite a few, like all the prime ministers that we've got, like quite a lot. Anyway, so Cocktail. It's Tom Cruise being a dick, so he doesn't have to do much natural charisma in this movie. Well, it's about him basically being a cocktail waiter, trying to get more money for other things, and just generally being a douche. Have you seen this movie?
I haven't actually.
Okay, so
sorry. That's a bit of a conversation finisher, but it's very iconic, isn't it? It's like classic 80s. If you were going to say
this is what he does in real life. It's like a documentary.
Yeah.
So men, when you're going for a woman, don't go for her money and then just keep going back and forth and then pretend it's okay behavior, because it's not. I don't care if this is 1980. It's not on, and it basically, because it's Tom Cruise, it makes the character even more punchable. Like, seriously, it's just the guy goes from girl to girl, realizes he loves the girl because she's pregnant at the end, and I don't believe it for a second because it's Tom Cruise. It's a classic, but it's like the problem with the 80s is they don't have what they would have now, where they would be a bit more thinking about. And am I back on?
Yeah.
Did I just go computer?
No.
Okay, so basically, I think the thing is, the 80s films is they don't have what they would have now, which is a balancing act of modern sensibilities. You see that in a lot of 80s films. They didn't really care about it back then. So, but to be fair, there's a lot of furry women, but then they undo it by having the women accept him at the end. It's just, no. There's no excuses for what he does, and we're meant to make him feel like we can all forgive him at the end, and it just doesn't work. It's just the writing of the movie. And it's just Tom Cruise. He's only had one good movie. It's called End of Tomorrow, and he kept dying all the time. That was a good movie. Edge of Tomorrow. Tom Cruise died all the time. It's my favorite movie of Tom Cruise ever because he just dies all the time. Sorry. So I'm not watching any more Tom Cruise movies. So that's done it for me. So Sorry. There is a great movie called John Tucker Must Die.
Okay, that's getting back into rom-com territory, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not apologising for it. I'm in a lovely mood.
I don't think you should.
Nah. John Tucker is a arsehole, not like punchable Tom Cruise. He's a guy that sleeps around, you know, the jock. And so it's basically there is a character who's just come into the school, and it's a revenge thing. All the ex-girlfriends come together and make his life a living hell.
Excellent.
Everything
Good
from
for her.
photo shoots to go, I got HIV. Like, they really go for him, but he deserves it. So it's kind of like, okay. But then again, the woman at the end falls in love with him. Kind of bullshit thing. He turns around. To their credit, they don't go with the ending. She goes with the brother. You can kind of tell where it's going. He doesn't change his ways. He just decides to have loads of girlfriends that know about each other, and they're happy with that. And I feel like that type of jockstrap is never going to learn his lesson, but at least now he tells girls he's with other girls, I suppose. The movie tries to sell it off as he's improved. He still hasn't. Well, I hope to talk about a movie where they aren't a cockhead this week. The men aren't cockheads.
Oh, there's not very many of them.
No, I'm in trouble this week. This is going to be a difficult one. So that is John Tucker Must Die. It is quite funny. It's from 2001, so you can kind of tell where they're going with it. Down with Love.
Oh, I know this one. Who was in that one again?
Renée Zellweger, Douglas Scott,
and oh, what's the face?
The guy from Frasier. Frasier's
David
brother,
Hyde.
isn't it?
David Hyde Pierce, and isn't Ewan McGregor the love interest?
Yeah, that one. Sorry, yeah, Ewan McGregor from Star Wars. No, don't do the Scottish accent, Ben. Yeah, don't do it. Ed, what do you like this movie? Because this movie is energized, if anything. Sometimes it's very muddled with the message it was trying to give me.
It's like supposed to be like a love letter to like the screwball comedies of the 60s, isn't it?
I enjoyed it.
I liked it, yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but I don't think that was the point of it. It was just to entertain you.
Yeah, it was very much a straightforward, like 90-minute. I don't think you were supposed to learn anything, right?
No, and I think that's the whole point of it. It was fine. I really enjoyed it, even if at some point the plot took the piss out of the women. They didn't know what they wanted anymore, type thing. It was self-referential. Yeah, it was. Ewan McGregor, you know, I like him. Haven't seen him in many things, but I do like him when I see him, except for Star Wars. Then again, you can never get me involved in Star Wars. It's a soulless property with wooden acting. So basically, I don't like Star Wars. I'm more of a Star Trek fan, so more exciting. That's fine. I've watched Miss Marvel. Started to watch Miss Marvel, cracked that open. I know last week I wasn't big on 4, but Miss Marvel, yeah, I like it. I like the characters. I like the family. There's a nice character called Bruno, finally. I didn't think they existed. I thought Brunos were evil. So finally, Disney has done a nice Bruno character. We don't talk about Bruno. See Bruno, you know, the 2 songs in the same year that they came out. People thought there was a Bruno conspiracy at Disney. There is a nice character called Bruno in this show that I adore. He's a nice mate. It's low key. I'm waiting for the plot to arrive. I've watched the first 2 episodes. I would like there to be a bad guy of some sort to get to it, because this is the problem with Disney at the moment. Their protagonists are a bit shit. I need something. One of the romantic interests seems to be a secret spy or something. So hopefully we go down that road and see where it goes. It'll be fun. But I'm enjoying it. I like Kamala Khan. She's lovable. The characters around her are lovely. It's fun. One of the best families I've ever seen in the MCU. I'm glad she's moving up to the movie this year. It's cool. Yeah, it's good. It's I'm enjoying it. It's I'm not expecting a lot, but it's surpassed it already. It's a lot of fun. I think you need that sometimes to balance out the big serious movies with the silliness, and it's much better than 4. The tone is set, and it doesn't try to come off the tone, so it's consistent. That's where I didn't like 4. This one has got a consistent tone, and I can get behind that. If you stick to your tone, we're going to be okay. And yeah, it's another origin of a teenage hero. Yeah, I know we've been here a million times, but when it's done with a great lead, you're okay. You can keep redoing these storylines, and it is of a different perspective as well.
I really like Miss Marvel. I thought it was good.
And it's a different, right, here in the UK we have a lot of this background of like these people, but again there's a big difference between a British and an American version. I would say very different experiences. It's very interesting to see the differences. I think like there's 2 different side views going on there. It's very interesting. It's widened my worldview a bit more, and it's nice to see American side of this lifestyle. So yeah, I'm down with it, and it's good to see a positive role model for these people as well for once, instead of the usual bullshit that the West likes to portray people like this as. I watched Barbarian on Disney Plus.
Oh, such a good movie.
Okay, this movie threw me a few times.
What do you mean it threw you? Like you didn't know what was going on?
I couldn't predict where it was going.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's such a good movie, and that's why, yeah, I would say to anybody, like, don't read anything about it before you start watching it.
No, I know it's about a B&B, and it's a very low budget movie, and I thought it was really well done. I would never drink breast milk ever again.
Well, I would hope that was going to be something that would happen anyway, but
Yeah, I know, but it puts me off breastfeeding any future children I may have. Basically, characters are not who they seem.
yeah,
And that is the biggest trick of, you don't know the female character, the male character, and other characters. You just don't know what side or what's going on, who's who, what's happening. It jumps all over the place at times to disorient you. Can be really hard. You've got to be careful with time skipping, because you can leave your audience behind.
Yeah.
But this film does it very well. And I'm glad with who survived, actually. Damn right. I'm glad the last one got murdered, because they deserved it for that bullshit thing off the water tower. Arsehole.
Absolutely did.
I would say I wouldn't do it, but arsehole thing. 2 people is better than 1 person, right? To survive.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on that survival though, but hey, I was entertained by it. It's a good one. It's very interesting to see these type of movies on Disney Plus. I have to be honest with you. Also, When We First Met, which is a time travel Netflix comedy, it's fine. I think I've seen it before. I completely forgot it the first time. I've seen the movie a second time. Only remembered that I've watched it again after the first. It's obviously pretty forgettable, but it's not terrible.
Okay.
The main character is somebody who's not Jack Black, looks like Jack Black, has the same face as Jack Black, same hair as Jack Black, but he's not Jack Black.
What's it called again?
When We First Met.
Is it Josh Gad?
It's a guy who uses a photo booth to travel back in time.
So the guy. Oh, hang on, it's Adam Devine. Yeah, I know what you mean. He does look like Jack Black.
He's very funny. I've seen him in a few things. I like him. But I just feel like we've done this time travel Groundhog Day thing in romance now. I don't want to see it again anytime soon.
Fair enough. Excellent. So I would want to pick up with what I've been watching this week, which is The Sinner, which I think maybe somebody might have talked about before on this, but I just started watching it. So it is it's a detective show at its heart, I suppose. Bill Pullman plays a detective, quite layered, quite a lot of eccentricity, shall we say, in his sex life. He's trying to get his wife back. We don't really find out that much about him, but basically it starts with Jessica Biel, who is playing Cora, who's seemingly quite a kind of sweet, normal, everyday housewife who is at the beach, and suddenly she sees somebody, and she hears a song, and all of a sudden she just stabs him like 5 times on the beach in front of everybody, in front of her children, and has absolutely no explanation about why it happened or what happened, what brought that on. So as it kind of expands, we find out a bit more about what led up to this, what happened, and Bill Pullman, who's like this small town detective, decides that it's not, she doesn't really fit the pattern of the murderers that he's seen. If it came out of nowhere, she can't explain why she did it, then it might be a bit more to it. So he kind of can't let it go and wants to know a bit more about it. And it kind of unfolds, and you see what brought her to that place, why she murdered, what happened. And it was 8 episodes, and I think I watched them all in 2 days because I really wanted to know what happened. Like, it was really good at ending on a cliffhanger and really good at drawing people in for the next episode. So yeah, that was my pick. If you've not seen it, I would definitely suggest that you did. So I don't know, I'm a bit thrown, to be honest. So let's just, I think I can see that Tara's on the train, so I think it's time to end it there. So you can find us in all the usual places. Tara, have you got anything to plug? No? Okay, fair enough. So all of our links are in the description. We'd love to hear from you if that's something that you want to do. But other than that, let us know how you're doing even. And oh my goodness, I'm so bad at this. We'll catch you next time. Thank you. It's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from Tara, I think. Yeah, she's waving. She's on the train. Bye, everyone. Bye.